The drama. The excitement. It's all still here. Stars will shine. Heroes will emerge. The glory of winning a championship will be as meaningful as ever. Things are looking up, Minnesota. Enjoy the tournaments together.
Who will be the last team standing in Minnesota's showcase of hockey? It's a unique and dramatic year, and inside this building tonight, more drama. The XL Energy Center in downtown St. Paul, where St. Thomas Academy will meet the #1 rated Eden Prairie Eagles in a AA quarterfinal game. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the XL Energy Center. I'm Joe Schmidt, along with Minnesota hockey legend Johnny Pohl, the 1998 Mr. Hockey. And Johnny, this is a pretty good game, pretty good matchup. You get the #1 seed Eden Prairie, you get a tough draw at St. Thomas Academy. That's not the easy way to do it.
Yeah, this is 2 years in a row that Eden Prairie has, that St. Thomas has had to play the #1 seed. Last year they upset Andover, and I'm sure they're going to give it their best shot to take out Eden Prairie tonight.
And they've come up short the last 2 years getting to the championship game.
Eden Prairie has, yes, they have a senior-laden defensive core. They have an explosive first line, as good as any first line in the tournament, and I'm sure they're chomping at the bit to finally break through.
Now, St. Thomas Academy has played Eden Prairie twice. They lost a couple of close games.
Yep.
Is it hard to win that third one?
Absolutely. There's an old cliche in sports, right? It's hard to beat a good team 3 times. St. Thomas is a good team. Those first 2 games were closer to the score, especially that 5-2 game. I expect a very tight game tonight.
And there were a lot of shots on goal for St. Thomas, so goaltending obviously plays a big part of the tournament. We've seen that happen already here.
Correct. And special teams, too. Both these teams have great power plays. That could be the difference tonight.
And Eden Prairie has 5 senior defensemen. You can never have enough defense.
You can't, and it's this time of the year that could be the difference, especially if they're trying to get over that hump and win their title.
All right, let's meet the teams in tonight's contest. Jim Carroll, the public address announcer here at the X.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 77th Annual Minnesota State High School League Boys Hockey Tournament. Our third AA quarterfinal features the champions of Section 3 with a record of 13-4-3, the St. Thomas Academy Cadets. Against the champions of Section 2 with a record of 18-1-2, the Eden Prairie Eagles. Now let's meet the cadets. Senior goalie #1, Karsten Lardy. Junior defenseman #2, Austin Williams. Junior defenseman #3, Johnny Johansson. Senior defenseman #4, Tristan Thilmeni. Sophomore defenseman #6, Jordan Tashany. Junior forward #7, Max Nagel. Senior forward #8, Tanner Brower. Junior forward #9, Tyler Graham. Senior forward #10, Tommy Deverell. Junior forward #11, Brooks Bond. Junior defenseman #12, Tommy Statine. Senior forward #13, Sam Casey. Sophomore forward #14, Tommy Cronin. Senior forward #15, Jackson Hallam. Senior forward #16, Jared Wright. Junior forward #17, Bobby Cunningham. Junior forward #18, Jack Strobel. Junior forward #19, Luke Camden. Junior goalie #29, Matt Schepphorster. And sophomore goalie #33, Quinn Eigner. The assistant coaches are Jimmy McCuster and Nico Kapitanovic. Head coach is Trent Eigner, the St. Thomas Academy Cadets. Now let's meet the Eagles. Sophomore defenseman #5, Ryan Coring. Senior forward #7, John Hartle. Senior forward #8, Drew Holt. Junior forward Johnson. Junior forward number 10, Phil Feinberg. Senior forward number 11, Carter Batchelder. Senior forward number 12, Tyler Marvel. Senior defenseman number 15, Will Britton. Junior forward number 17, Jake Luloff. Senior forward number 19, Ethan Peltier. Senior defenseman number 20, Jake Casey. Senior forward number 21, Rico Brown. Senior defenseman number 22, Mason Langenbrunner. Senior defenseman number 24, Cam Langfels. Senior forward number 25, Drew Casey. Senior defenseman number 27, Luke Middlestad. Senior forward number 28, Oliver Jorgensen. Senior goalie number 29, Cooper Check. Senior goalie number 30, Zach Hayes. And junior forward number 43, Jackson Blake. The assistant coaches are Paul Randolph and Tom Curtis. Head coaches Lee Smith, the Eden Prairie Eagles. Here tonight's game officials on the lines, Jake Flanagan, Brandon Lindquist. Your referees are Rico Guzman and Sam Warzeka.
Back and ready for the AA quarterfinals evening session. Two big ones here tonight from the XL Energy Center, along with Lou Nanny. I'm Jim Erickson. A lot of talent on the ice in this one here, Lou.
There certainly is. A lot of guys have already got scholarships. And when you look at the teams, Hallam for St. Thomas, many people feel this kid is the best skater in the state. That's why it's one of the keys to the game is to stop him. The other one for Eden Prairie, they want to be in the power play. St. Thomas' numbers aren't that great.
So St. Thomas Academy and the Eden Prairie Eagles getting ready for this one. They're on the ice. First of two here tonight. Keys of the game brought to you by Greater Twin Cities Honda Dealers, proud sponsor of Minnesota Youth Hockey. A lot of familiar names, especially for Eden Prairie. They graduated 6 seniors last year, Lou, but you look at Holt, Batchelder, Jackson Blank, Middlestad, Langenbrunner, Langfels. Boy, they had a lot coming back this year, didn't they?
Well, not only that, when you got a defense as strong as that, you start building from goaltending to defense. That really gives you a big advantage. This overall defense is undoubtedly the best in the state. That's big for them. And you look up for St. Thomas, they got 2 goalie lines that can score. So besides Hallam, you got right up there, it's a great scorer. And you got Dennis scoring those first 2 lines. Overall, you know, the scoring for Eden Prairie's top heavy in the first line, but the 4 lines for St. Thomas give them as many goals. You're looking at the goaltending right here, Zach Hayes in the net for Eden Prairie. We've got a .933 save percentage, which is very good. Look at the other side, Lardy. And he's a guy that's going to be busy tonight, I think. And he's going to need that save percentage better than the 899 because I believe he's going to get a lot of shots here.
Starting goaltenders brought to you by your local Holiday Station stores. Eden Prairie 18-1-2. That lone loss to Edina. St. Thomas Academy 13-4-3. Eden Prairie in the white uniforms. And in that dark blue with the white trim and the white stripe, St. Thomas Academy, Jackson Hallam, headed to Michigan, Mr. Hockey finalists winning the draw. And here we go in quarterfinal, technically number 3, but number 2 that is being contested here in the Class AA High School Hockey Tournament, 77th edition, 2021 season. A unique season, as Joe said at the beginning of the broadcast.
Teams have played each other a couple times, and you know, a lot of the periods were even. Basically, Eden Prairie's won both games, but over the 6 periods, St. Thomas won 3 of them. So we could have a real tight game here tonight if St. Thomas plays them tough defensively.
6-day tournament for the Middlestad family here. That's Luke Middlestad who brought it in, and a quick shot by Batchelder. Looked like Lardy got a piece of that, deflected it wide, and it's cleared by STA.
Well, it's something when you say Eden Prairie's been here to the finals twice in the last 2 years and hasn't won a championship. They haven't won it since 2011, which is surprising because they have had quality teams in this tournament.
Runners-up last year, 2019 and 2016. They've had some heartbreakers, and they're looking for that elusive championship. As the St. Thomas Academy, they have not won the title or gotten to the title game since they made the move to Class AA, this being their 8th year in amongst the big classes, the big schools, the big class.
And they've had some real good teams in this tournament.
Mason Langenbrunner, of course, he's somebody to watch, heading to Harvard, Ivy League. John Hartle, Prairie, trying to push the puck, keep it in the zone. The Cadets do slide it up and out. Opening 2 minutes of this first period, kind of a feel-out period for both these teams, even though they played twice, 2 Eden Prairie victories. They were 3-2 and 5-2. It's the first ever state tournament meeting between these teams.
Well, you know what's good is the pace of this game thus far, but you haven't had any whistles, and the guys are really moving up and down that ice. You expect to have a good, fast game with these guys because both teams are excellent skaters.
Tommy Statine tips it into the Eden Prairie zone. Eagles go back. Cam Langfelds. Brother Keegan played at state a couple of years ago. Keegan went up to Canisius, and he's playing next year at Canisius Division I college hockey out east. Bouncing puck cleared by the Cadets.
Prairie's passing the puck very well this far. They have much more puck possession, but they haven't really had any chances up there. St. Thomas doing a good job in their own zone and getting it out quickly.
Defenseman Austin Williams tried to move it up and out. They'll have to go back and get it again. Williams swings it all the way around. Cadets try the near side of the ice. Brooks Bond, that third line. Bond, Strobel, and Cunningham. They're off the ice here with a change on the dump in. Eden Prairie coming back. Nice long pass here in the near side. Stick handling in. And the quick shot is on the goaltender, Karsten Lardy. First time we mentioned Karsten's name on that shot by Drew Holt.
Well, you could expect that he's going to see some rubber tonight because Eden Prairie has got the quality forwards that really skate, move the puck, and they like to shoot the puck. And as we always say, it's never wrong to put the puck on net, and you could expect to see Eden Prairie putting a lot of shots on net tonight.
They average 38.1 shots on goal per game. Meanwhile, St. Thomas Academy gives up on average 24.2 entering. There's a shot from the sideboards by Carter Batchelder, Mr. Hockey finalist. Eden Prairie has 2 of those. St. Thomas Academy with 1, and Jackson Hallam, and there he is. Was he quick? I mean, you blink and he's down the ice, and the shot was saved by Hayes.
Well, that's why he was drafted in the NHL last year as a junior. Everybody's just taken by his skating. The guy gets up and down the ice so quickly.
Third rounder, the Vegas Golden Knights. We have 2 NHL draft picks in the state tournament here.
Probably got an interference.
We're going to get a penalty.
Yep, and it's going to be interference, and so you're going to see Eden Prairie getting on a power play here early. And boy, you'll see the penalty here right behind the net. No doubt about that. You can't be doing that. Eden Prairie, you know, they are getting a chance. You'll see Allen's chance here. Look at the way this kid can skate. He just pulls away from people so quickly. Really can skate. Power play for the Eden Prairie team is 35%.
Yes.
We're saying that St. Thomas got to stay out of the box because their penalty killing is only 75%. That's not great for high school hockey.
Mentioned Hallam as a draft pick, so is Mason Langenbrunner on the other side. Eden Prairie, 5th round to the Bruins. So EP setting up here on the power play, early chance. Here the first period with 13:15 remaining. Shot straight away by Langenbrunner, that 5th round pick of the Bruins. Cleared by the Cadets.
And it's good the way St. Thomas is really collapsing around the middle. They're not giving much area to pass through the seams. And boy, from the point, it's going to be tough to get the shots through if they keep playing position like that.
Jackson Blake across the line for Langenbrunner. Langenbrunner has 13 power play assists, so watch for him on the power play as far as distributing and setting guys up. Blake is set up here on the near side. Jackson Blake takes the pass, a reverse on the far side on the off wing. And it's Langenbrunner shot. Saved by Lardy. Loose puck. And Lardy rotating and sliding on the ice to his right. He covers up.
Lardy thought he had that first shot, but it just seemed to get away from him after he made the save. But he was quick enough to move to his right. You're going to see the puck coming here from the blue line. Good shot there, but Jackson Blake really had nowhere to put it. Lardy came across, and watch him come across right here quickly to make the save and hold the puck.
Yeah, Luke Middlestad and Mason Langenbrunner, 2 very dynamic players. that play at the blue line. They're not on the same pair, so they split them up. Middlestat plays normally. Of course, we're in the power play now. Langenfels and Langenberger plays with Coring. And St. Thomas Academy able to get to the puck and clear.
Eden Prairie to get that puck back in the zone quickly. St. Thomas is aggressive on the penalty kill. They'll come after you. They got those good skaters up front that don't give you much space.
Middlestat can move the puck. He's got it on his stick behind the net. Comes all the way around out front for Batchelder, and ended up going wide. Didn't really have a good angle to shoot when that came to him out in the slot. Back up to Middlestat. Over to Batchelder, shot that right side. And it'll be cleared by St. Thomas Academy. 30 seconds left in the power play.
Well, the pass looked like it was going to be a good play to Batchelder, but it just seemed to bounce off the stick a little bit. And that's all it took. And by that time, he went to his backhand and couldn't quite get a good shot away from the slot area.
Another chance again here. Jackson Blake transitioning the other way. And a good penalty kill here for St. Thomas Academy. And they just whistled down too many men on the ice or something.
I think that might be the call. He's going to get Eden Prairie, I believe, for too many men.
The penalty kill for St. Thomas Academy is 75%. This is going to even things out 4-on-4.
Yeah, which conversely, Eden Prairie's penalty kill is 93%. You know, when you look at high schools, even the ones we had today, they were all in between 88 and 92, 91. It's surprising that St. Thomas, with the skaters they got, is around 75%. So the faceoff will come down in Eden Prairie zone because of the penalty. So we'll play 4-on-4 here for a while until St. Thomas gets to full strength. They got 9 seconds to go on their penalty, and then they'll have a power play.
We had a little natural light that was sneaking in on that far side face-off circle. Somebody closed the curtain. I don't know if you can see that on your television screen or not. We're skating 4-on-4 for just another couple of seconds. Out of the box, Austin Williams, who is serving an interference penalty, and out to power play for St. Thomas Academy. Their power play is at 38% here for the Cadets. Dumped in, Lardy moves it up and out. A little touch pass by Nagel. And it'll be Allen who comes in, puts on the brakes, stick handles around a defender. Able to make it around harder. Lenny has it checked away, and they'll slide back out to center.
Well, you know what's interesting? Watch the wide base that Allen's got.
Yeah, good point.
When you have a white base like that, you're tough to knock over.
Howard and Nagel here for St. Thomas Academy. Then it's Jared Wright. That's Jackson Allen's best buddy. They're like clones, right, with a shot. Hit his own guy out in front. Deverell not yet out of the zone. Held in Nagel. Up high to Wright is playing that point straight away. Ends up in the corner. Under a minute left to go. Nearing 50 seconds left to the power play. Right, Allen, shot tip, saved by Hayes.
Good deflection right there. Shot from the blue line, and when you got a man in front like that, and he's able to deflect it, that's when you usually get goals. But fortunately, a good save by Hayes, keeping this game scoreless. 47 seconds to go in the power play for St. Thomas that moves that puck around very well. You see the opportunity right there, tipped right in front of the net.
Tommy Deverell, who's their fourth-line center, had 2 goals in the section final, a 6-1 win over Rosemont to claim the 3AA title. Eden Prairie wins it off the draw, and they've got a short-handed chance in the way with the shifty and speedy Jackson Blake.
Well played defensively, though. Blake is shifting speed. His dad was a tremendous hockey player. I know he's North Dakota, but did very well in the NHL as well.
871 career games for Jason Blake. Does have 20 seconds left in the power play, but they're not going to be able to use it here. It's going to be cleared up and out by Langfels. Back at center. Blake's got it back. He'll backtrack a little bit, take some time off. But Langfels again. And he gives it up to Batchelder, and that's going to be pretty much it as they come in short-handed. St. Thomas, maybe a shot or 2 during that power play, but not a whole lot. Batchelder has it back to full strength for 5-on-5, shifting into the zone. Langenbrunner and it poked away, and the Cadets now able to retreat in their own zone. They swept around it, won't be enough for icing.
Good penalty kill by Eden Prairie. Really didn't give St. Thomas any chance at all. Goaltender had a good look in the one deflection, and then fortunately for him, went right into him.
Puck at neutral. Back here to the Cadets. Both teams with and there wasn't a full power play for either team. Too many power plays was the crossover penalties, but both teams able to kill off the penalties.
Yeah, but there was only 9 seconds on the power play, so essentially they worked their power play.
Pretty much.
Both teams did a good job there.
Look at Al.
This kid,
My goodness. It's like keep away. He's got it again. The Strobel. Here's his shot. Blocker side wide in the corner. It slides all the way back up to the point for Johansson. A shot. Knocked down. Hayes and then back the other way by Eden Prairie. Midway mark of the first period. Shots are 5-2 Eagles here.
but thus far, not really quality chances, except for that one deflection on the power play for St. Thomas. These goaltenders haven't really been tested like you expect them to be.
Last year, St. Thomas Academy, as Johnny Pohl mentioned earlier, played the high seed #1, just like they are doing here this season. They upset Andover last year 3-2. Trying to do that again here.
St. Thomas has come in with real good teams, and many times you expect them to have won a championship. They didn't, but they got close. They seem to have these kids coming constantly. Always had a good program there.
No score. Early going on 45 TV. Here's Blake again. Splits a couple of defenders down the slot. Shot. That hit a skate. And it's going to be kept in by Will Britton for Eden Prairie. Across the zone. Penalty coming up here on STA. Delayed penalty. Goalie is out. And the Cadets will touch it. So that's one thing here. When we've had 3 penalties now, and that kind of chops things up a little bit.
That's right. Well, here's Blake. Look at the presence of mind he's got. He had it on his stick. It just lost at the last second. He's going to get it slashed, and that's where the penalty's going to come. But he had that play plus one right after that where he looked like he was going to pass to the right, and he's got that elongated time where he just held it and came right down the center, and that's when he drew the penalty.
So a power play here for Eden Prairie. It'll be their second of the game.
Draws are big.
This is a situation where you get all these special teams, all this special teams action early on. You can't get all of your lines into the game. You kind of lose some of that flow. Playing for near wing, Prairie. Great spot. Playing it through, then he gives it to middle. Sanchez. Get the puck to the net. They score. And it's going to be Drew Holt. 1-0.
Well, that's what happens. It looked like St. Thomas had won a draw, but couldn't quite get it out. And when you don't get it out, and all of a sudden you get a shot from the blue line, Holt's right in front, gets a rebound, puts it away. St. Thomas almost had that puck out of the zone, didn't, and when you don't get it out, you see the shot from Middlestead on the point. Drew Holt right in front, getting his 19th of the year. Eden Prairie makes you pay on that penalty kill. Boy, you know, when you look at that stat of theirs, their power play is so good. And they make St. Thomas pay here early in the first period. 7-3, 7-2 in shots for Eden Prairie, so they have had puck control. And when you get possession and puck control, you draw penalties. They've drawn 2 of them. That second one was a power play goal now. That gives Eden Prairie the 1-0 lead.
Holt getting today's closed captioning is brought to you by Minnesota Touchstone Energy Cooperatives. Together, we save.
Boy, that's a pretty nice mural in the back. A lot of good players there from the state of Minnesota. Many, many stars. It's amazing. You look now, you got 3 of the state schools going to the final. Frozen Four. How good is that?
Minnesota State. Casey, blue for John, of course.
As you were saying earlier, we had a lot of Strobels, too.
That, too.
And a good Strobel, Mark Strobel coaching assistant coach there in Wisconsin.
Look back and around as we have under a minute left to go in the first period. A 1-0 Eden Prairie lead. About the center. Romani with the interception. He's the senior back on defense. He played forward last year. I look back at last year's roster, and he's listed as a forward. And here he's a defenseman that's moved back to here in the number 2 pair.
Well, you look at the earlier rush. Here's Batchelor coming down. He looks like he's going to pass, and he cuts to the net. The goaltender played him perfectly. He really had nowhere to go, even though he's on the his offhand, which gives him a better angle. He really had no chance. Here's a wraparound by Blake, and what a save right there by Lardy. Watch him get his right leg across right there, and that puck was going in the net. That's as close as you're going to get right there without putting it in. That could have, if the angle was different, gone right into the net off the goaltender. Good play there by Lardy.
Watching that live, I didn't realize how close he came to wrapping that one around.
Eden Prairie out shooting St. Thomas thus far 8-2. So it's been somewhat of a quiet night for Hayes in the goal for Eden Prairie.
Both of these teams, new goaltenders this year in the state tournament. Last year had Eden Prairie's Axel Rosenlund and St. Thomas Academy Tommy Aiken, their goaltenders, who shot from right side by Nagel. So both teams need to replace their number one goaltenders. Another penalty. Cross check this time.
Well, as we were saying, Eden Prairie's dangerous on a power play. There's 32 seconds to go in this first period. One of the things you don't like to do, and you never want to give up a goal, but it's really crucial in the first minute of play or the last minute of play. Just seems to be big momentum swings from that. And now you got 32 seconds to throw it around. And I would expect Eden Prairie to take some shots quickly here, because only got 32 seconds to go. It's key to get some shots on the net. As you saw the cross-check taking place right across from the far side. It's right off with the cross-check.
Yep, 2-minute minor. Power play for Eden Prairie. This will, unless they score here in the next 20 seconds, will carry over into the second period. I think we've had more penalties in this first period than we've had in the entire tournament. That includes Class A.
Well, that's something.
Yeah. We haven't had a lot of penalties in the tournament, even in the Class A games yesterday. Of course, just one Class AA game here so far. Jackson Blake. Here's Langer with a shot. That gets tipped over to the far side. Final second is the horn. And then right at the horn, Jackson Blake gets dumped by Deverell. And the teams will head to the locker room here with Eden Prairie. And then Deverell took a late shot. And things get a little chippy. They played twice in the regular season, so there's a little history between these teams. And they're chirping and going back and forth here in this first period.
Well, a good check by Deverell to end the period, and it was on a good player on Blake. And so you want to let them know that you're in the game. But a good period for Eden Prairie. They're leading 1-0. They're in a power play to start the second. They're out shooting St. Thomas 8-3. They're playing the kind of game they want to play. St. Thomas got to get a little more offense going here and use that speed. They got a good skating team. They got to use that speed a little bit more.
It was Langenbrunner who gave over and gave Deverell a little shot. Yeah. Even though that was a good legal hit, Langenbrunner says, hey, you do that, we're going to come after you. We're going to get physical with you as well. So it should be an interesting second period as we played one here. Shots 8-3 in favor of Eden Prairie. They lead it on the big board as well. 1-0. More after this. We'll go downstairs and Joe and John on 45 TV.
Lead, and I think St. Thomas needs to stay out of the penalty box. They couldn't get any offense going because they were trying to kill off penalties.
Yeah, we talked about before the game that power plays could be the difference. St. Thomas has already taken 3, and one of them could have been a 5-minute. It was basically a hit from behind. They got lucky it was only a 2, so they have to stay out of the box. Eden Prairie's top unit is so skilled. If you're going to give them time and space with the puck and a man up, St. Thomas is in big trouble.
Yeah, if you play aggressive, you got to play under control, right?
Absolutely, and they want to play the body. They want to be aggressive, but you have to do it under control. And if they're going to give Eden Prairie more power plays, this one could get out of hand.
All right, earlier today, Lakeville South advanced to the semifinals. They were up against Moorhead, and Aiden Willis had a pretty good game here for Lakeville South.
Lakeville South hasn't lost a game all year, and they came into the third here down 1-0. Their season was on the line, and they haven't been in this situation all year. This one really got them going, Aiden Willis, and then the next one right by the net here to make it 2-1, and then Willis makes it 3-1 on an absolute missile. So credit to Lakeville South for not panicking. Like I said, they haven't lost a game all year, but they came out and played a great third.
Tanner Lutke getting that one there as they scored 4 goals in the third period to win it by a score of 4-2. Cody Tyson did a great job in the net for Lakeville South, stopping 35 shots.
He did, and that basically iced it right there. That was just a bullet. That was a great shot, quick release here from Willis. And, Lakeville South came in undefeated, yet still got the 3 seed. So I'm wondering if they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, that they're looking for some respect. And they definitely played in the third here like they're a team that can win it.
And it's tough to come into this tournament undefeated, right? Everybody knows that they're the team they got to beat.
Correct, and this is such a different year because for a lot of these schools, they haven't been able to play non-conference games. So they haven't been able to get outside and see tests from other teams. And Lakeville South falls into that category. But they played a great third, and they're going to have a great test on Friday against a very well-coached Wayzata team.
Lakeville South and Wayzata are in. We've got two more teams trying to get to the Final Four tonight. Stay with us on 45 TV. Take a look at the highlights from the first period. Eden Prairie against St. Thomas Academy.
It took Eden Prairie a little while to get going. It seemed like the first 5 minutes it was a lot of neutral zone play and a lot of plays on the perimeter. But once Eden Prairie got that first ball play, they really got their offense going here. You're seeing Jackson Blake on a wraparound. Batchelder had a nice rush. Then you're going to see the goal here on the power play. Now, this isn't necessarily a great shot for Middlestead. It's up high, but Holt does a nice job selling out in front, sacrifices his body, and that's where the goals are right there. Hits him, he has to stick down, 1-0 Eden Prairie.
Those rebounds can be dangerous, and especially on a power play.
Absolutely, you have to clear people. That's tough. Eden Prairie runs with Blake, Langenbrunner, Middlestead high, and they're so shifty, and they can find seams. And then when they get a shot through, you have the two guys in front.
Stats are brought to you by McDonald's, owners and operators in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
You know, I'm a little surprised that St. Thomas and Eden Prairie had the same amount of hits. I think that'll change.
The U.S. about to commence here, setting the stage here for the second period. Eden Prairie's going to have a minute 28 of a power play here and a fresh sheet of ice. 1-0 Eden Prairie already with the lead. We had a total of 5 penalties in that first period, 3 on STA and 2 on EP. And this will be a critical opening, 88 seconds here, Luke.
That's for sure. You don't want to get down 2-0 in the game against a team like Eden Prairie. Very important for St. Thomas to kill this one off and get to their game. They haven't really had any good flow offensively thus far. They've got to get into that. They've got to release the pressure in their own zone. So much so that Eden Prairie, is going to have to battle themselves. But this first minute, 28, is crucial for St. Thomas to kill that off.
Batchelder, Blake, and Holt, the forward line here in the power play. And the faceoff won by St. Thomas Academy and cleared and dumped in by Tommy Deverell. The faceoffs were even Steven in that first period, 7 apiece.
Except St. Thomas is winning in the right spots.
Yes, that's not so much how many you win, it's when you win them, right, Luke?
That's right.
Here's Batchelder up high, Langenbrunner, now Blake. And it left in the man advantage. Both teams over here on the power play. Middlestead here on the near side. Back up and around. Blake. Eden Prairie's goal was a power play goal, excuse me. Back wide here for Batchelder. Back to Langenbrunner. He's straight away. Feeds it over to Middlestead. Again, they're working around on the perimeter again here, just like St. Thomas Academy did, looking for that shot, trying to get to the net.
Right, so many times I see them interchange way up high. You might as well just pass the puck.
Blake trying to cut, and he went down, and Eden Prairie was looking for a whistle and an arm. They did not get it, but they maintained possession of the puck. Middlestead feeds it to Langenbrunner. He fires it in there, and off the save of Lardy. It's kicked over to the right side, and out of danger. It's not going to leave the zone, though. Langenbrunner will get a stick on it again, over to Middlestead. Cross ice bouncing puck, and he had Batchelder right there, and he had some net to work with. But a puck that was bouncing around, he could not settle it down, and they cleared. A puck that was bouncing around, he could not settle it down, and they cleared.
Great try there by Batchelder to get that pass. And he got it. He had a perfect position.
Here's Wright, right out of the box, and he scores! His speed frees up some space. He went all the way around, coming out of the box. And St. Thomas Academy's tied it up.
And you couldn't diagram it any better for St. Thomas. Kill that penalty, which is so important to start the period. Come out of the box, and the speed, as you said, of Wright, who's had a great year for them, and take that shot and score that goal and tie this game up. What a good shot by Wright. He's got 16 goals this year, very dangerous. He knows where to put it. And he put that one right by the goaltender. One of the leaders of the St. Thomas team. Right through the 5-hole.
Oh, and you could just tell the reaction of Zach Hayes, that sinking feeling of the goaltender.
Well, Hayes never had much work. You didn't see any pucks for a long time. That was just a 4th shot on goal for St. Thomas.
So they are they're looking at this, and again, every goal is confirmed, and it might be an offside scenario here.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking. We'll see right now.
Yeah, looks like it's good.
Okay.
It's all good. That was probably the largest block on 45 TV. Are brought to you by Education Minnesota, the voice for professional educators and students.
Eden Prairie knew they had a tough draw with St. Thomas Academy, and it's a great game. 1-1 after 2, 17 minutes of hockey left. Johnny Pohl with us, and Johnny, once again, Eden Prairie is going to be on the power play for the first 1 minute, 18 seconds of that third period. That would be a time to set the stage.
It would, and that's where they've generated almost all their offense tonight. Shots are basically 2-1 Eden Prairie, but the vast majority of those are coming on the power play. 5-on-5, it's been pretty even, and the only 5-on-5 goal was scored by St. Thomas. So St. Thomas has played well, and by no means are they us. They could easily win this game.
We have 3 Mr. Hockeys out on the ice tonight, including Jackson Hallam, and I'll tell you what, he alone could win it for St. Thomas.
Absolutely. He's an electric skater. He's no question the best skater in the state. To be honest, and I don't want to put too much pressure on the kid, he's the best high school skater I've ever seen. I mean, he looks like an NHL skater right now. He obviously has to work on other parts of his game, but if he gets loose, he's going to get a breakaway, and that's not what Eden Prairie wants.
The Las Vegas Golden Knights are going to get a good one eventually. Okay, let's take a look at the highlights here from the second period at the XL Energy Center. First of 2 night games tonight, and this is Jared Wright.
Yep, he came out of the box right at the end of a penalty kill early in the period, and that's exactly what St. Thomas needed. They did not have a great first period, and that gave him a shot in the arm and gave him life, and they're right back in it.
And he went 5 along that to make it a 1-1 game. After that, Zach Hayes did a great job in goal for Eden Prairie because St. Thomas had some nice attempts.
It is. St. Thomas started to get some pressure in zone, and Hallam had a rush, and if Hayes can play well in the third, I don't know if St. Thomas is going to get one on that.
The goaltenders could tell this game because they're not going to let anything in easy, that's for sure. The stats are brought to you by McDonald's, owner-operators in Minnesota and western Wisconsin.
You know, shots on goal are 2-1, but if you look, there hasn't really been that many scoring chances. And of those scoring chances, you know, EP for the most part has been Jackson Blake creating something, and on the St. Thomas side has been Jackson Hallam. So hopefully, just for an entertainment standpoint, we'll see some more explosiveness and some more scoring chances here in the third.
We have a tie game heading into the third period as Eden Prairie and Jackson Hallam of Watch His Kids Skate of St. Thomas Academy are going to put on a show here in the third period. Stay with us on 45 TV.
You say you got 97? This game doesn't look like there's going to be more than 1 goal scored the rest of the way. So he isn't going to hit any milestone tonight.
He did get 1 point, so he's now at 98. He assisted on that Drew Holt goal. And of course, the Jared Wright goal for St. Thomas Academy was unassisted, and that's where we are at. In St. Thomas Academy getting on their icing here, 4.9 goals a game for the Cadets, and Eden Prairie averages 5.2 goals a game, and so far we've added it up to 2 here in the third.
Well, we showed the scoring chances at the end of the second period. I think it was 6-5, but really those are even testing it a bit. They really haven't been great scoring chances overall. There's been a few, but not many. It seems both these teams are doing a good job of checking and keeping people away from the front of the net. So Bolton is when they were all out to make quality saves, they made it, but they weren't really great saves, or 1 or 2 that Gardy had to make, especially with the length.
Puck was up in the air, rebound scores! Batchelder!
And that guy has had chances tonight. Anybody had chances, it was him, and he puts one away. Batchelder, one of the leading scorers, got his 29th of the year from right in front. It looked like a deflection was coming from the outside, and Foley makes a save, and Batchelder right on the doorstep there, put it up and over. Here's a shot coming. Puck bounces in the air. Now watch Batchelder in front. It looked like that puck was going somewhere. It was missed in midair. Holt tried to knock it out of midair and missed it. And Batchelder right on the doorstep gets that puck as it bounces down and puts it away. I'm not so certain it wasn't rolling. And that's how he got it up so fast. And boy, he made a good shot because Lardy could not find that puck through the traffic in front.
They are confirming here to make sure it was not touched with a high stick. Patience pays off because everybody else was swinging for the puck willy-nilly, trying to make contact with it. Batchelder allowed it to settle down a bit, let it hit the ice, and that is his 100th career point. He was 1 point away from 100 in his career, coming in with 52 points this season. So congratulations to Carter Batchelder, and Eden Prairie has claimed the lead 2-1. Reclaiming the lead, of course, they jumped down 1-0 back earlier puck back to Nagel. Nagel gets a hook there from Langenbrunner. Eagles send it down. Icing on the Eagles.
Big play by
Side corner. He lost an edge. Now the puck back to Nagel. Nagel gets a hook there from Langenbrunner. Eagles send it down. Icing on the Eagles.
big play by Langenbrunner. There was actually 3 St. Thomas forwards in the zone there, had not been able to clear that puck, and he was alone back there. So even though it was ice, allows them to change lines and basically saves St. Thomas from getting a good scoring opportunity. Great play by Langenfeld there.
Well, earlier today we saw unseeded Moorhead give second-seeded Lakeville South everything that they could handle. A 4-goal third period for Lakeville South is what got it done, and we're seeing the same thing here. Number 1 seeded Eden Prairie against St. Thomas Academy. And really, when the matchups and the pairings and the brackets came out, that was my immediate thought. Boy, those could be 4. When we had 4 outstanding quarterfinal games, and so far so good for these 2.
That's right. And it was a classic in that first one, the kind of checking display that Moorhead put on. One of the best we've seen in here. And unfortunately for them, the third period, once Lakeville South got a smell, they just never gave up.
Cam Langfeld's pushing it in. Luloff looking for it. Oh, they score! Brown! They had a break, a partial break, and all of a sudden they had numbers out in front of Lardy, and it's now a 3-1 lead.
A 2-on-1 play, and Brown got his 8th of the year by getting rid of that puck quickly. As that puck was passed across, he didn't give the goaltender any time to set up. You see on the left side, Luloff passed that puck across. And boy, Brown got that puck back. The goaltender's moving across the center of the net, and he just put it back to the short side, put it away. And that's a huge goal for Eden Prairie with 12:20 to go.
Good job by Luloff. Recognizing he had numbers, get it to the center of the ice, a higher percentage spot to score from, and Brown cashes in.
Well, the defenseman came over to Luloff to play him, and that was a smart play by Luloff. Brown making no mistake, and with no hesitation, put it past the goaltender.
Some big goals from that Brown line. Again, Feinberg at the game winner against Minnetonka in overtime, and now Brown gets his team a little separation here, 2-goal lead. Nearing 12 minutes left in the third period. Made it 3-1, reverses that puck around, and the Cadets have it. That's the midway mark of the third period.
We've seen this year, and it's good. Even though it's different starting times of the tournament, etc., a lot of Minnesota kids had the opportunity to leave all year for junior hockey and didn't do it. They see how important it is to be here.
Yep.
And I have to tell you, you've got plenty of time to develop. You know, as long as you're getting on ice and you're getting the chance to skate and shoot and pass the puck, even though the competition's different, you still are benefiting. And you're going to be found. You're going to be found. So you have to worry everywhere.
Jackson Blake, another chance. Here he comes in and he scores! He was denied on an earlier drive down the slot. This time, Lou, he would not be denied, and it's 4-1.
Well, and that's the kind of goal that he almost had in the first period. Same kind of move, same kind of speed, same, look at this, presence of mind to hold that puck till he gets all the way across the far side. That kid has got so much ability. He got his 18th right there. And you knew that somehow, some way he was going to get on board tonight. He probably has control of the puck in this game more than any other person on this team. And it finally resulted in a goal. He certainly deserved that with an outstanding individual effort. And you see him getting a little excited. The boy is only a junior, I believe.
One thing we haven't mentioned, he played through a broken ankle through parts of this season here for Eden Prairie. So he put up those numbers, 47 points coming in, now 48 here. Getting the goal that's listed right now as unassisted. He picked up an assist with 2 points here. He's got a goal and an assist here for Eden Prairie. 18 points, he has 31 assists, and he did give an assist. Middlestat getting the assist.
Just guarding, got to guard against playing it too conservative right now. They got to keep control of that puck. That kid will. Jason Blake.
Here's Batchelder down the middle, shot wide. Holt gets the rebound. Lou, what are your thoughts on the prevent defense?
Well, I don't like, especially when you got guys that handle pucks so well like Jason Blake. You know, and he's got the confidence to keep it. Prevent defense, they keep coming at you, and sometimes they're going to score a goal.
Blake far side score, Langfells.
Wow.
And they're back to a 3-goal lead. He rangs it off the post.
You know, and that all came from winning the draw and Blake doing a few of his moves, getting the puck in the zone. They kept it in the zone there. Pass comes across. Langfelds with a great shot just inside the pipe. You heard the pipe go when he let that shot fly. But there's a pass out right here. And look at inside, off the pipe, right in. Jason Blake, another good move. Big play. Not only the pass there, but getting control of the puck, getting in the zone rather than just throwing it away, keeping control when they finally end up and getting a goal.
Langfells, his 6th of the season. Defenseman goal. They've got defensemen. Middlestad came in with 30. Langenbrunner came in with 29. Practically 60 points right there. They've got defensemen that can produce points. Here's Langfells getting that 6th goal of the game. Or the season, excuse me, making it a 3-goal game. 5-2 Eagles. And there they are on the bench. A little separation for them again.
Well, they got almost 30 goals from their defense this year. That defense, as we said, is as good as defense as there is in the state. And that's why even Prairie's sitting where they're sitting. They can play defense, they can play offense, they got size, they can hit you, they can skate with you. A lot of ability back on that blue line.
13:09 time of that goal. Jackson Blake getting the assist. Jared Wright and Max Nagel, by the way, had the assist on that Tanner Brower goal for St. Thomas. Empty net on the Thomas Academy. Tipped into the corner and then pushed up. Batchelder trying to steer it back the other way. It's right back into the zone to Holt. Here for Eden Prairie. Here's Batchelder from the neutral zone, and he's got it. It's an empty net goal, and it's 6-2.
What a heads-up play by Holt. He was back by the blue line. He didn't want to fire the puck and get an icing when he had a winger. Batchelder sitting on the boards there, wide open. He looks up, makes a great pass to him. Batchelder takes one step and just fires in the empty net. And, you know, you can't blame the coach for trying, pulling the goaltender, but that didn't take very long. And now you got a 6-2 lead, and this game is over. Eden Prairie will be marching on to play tomorrow night, or Friday night.
Eden Prairie back in the semifinals, trying to track down that elusive championship. They have 2, but they haven't had one since 2011. That infamous game against Duluth East in the famous triple overtime goal by Kyle Rao. One that I think we've seen a few times already here in some of our highlight packages this year's state tournament. Rauer comes in, dumps it to the far corner.
Yeah, Rao diving and putting that puck in there. Remember that game well.
Yes. You would play Matvick had the call of that one. Brouwer, shot, save, Hayes. 14th shot of the game here for the St. Thomas Academy Cadets, with St. Thomas University going to Division I next year. The question is, do the Cadets become a little bit of a pipeline for their friends at the higher level in St. Paul? It's going to be interesting.
Well, it's going to be a quality place to play, and is Minnesota another D1 school playing hockey, which is tremendous.
There'll be 6.
One more opportunity for the Minnesota kids, which we all like to see.
Eden Prairie out to center here, enjoying a 6-2 lead. 2.5 minutes left to go.
One thing about Eden Prairie, they do have quick strike ability.
In low, Cunningham for SBA tries to walk out in front. He's trying to slam the door, ends up back behind along the end wall. Brooks Bonga sandwiched into the corner. Held in by Brown, who has a goal here today. Things getting rough and tumble. Shot from straight away, just wide on the blocker side of Hayes. Ends up behind the net on the end wall, and then back up and around here for St. Thomas Academy. They'll play it up to the point. Domani there with a shot. And Wall Carroll pushed ahead for Eden Prairie. Feinberg the other way. Banks it ahead. Linesman got in the way, and the Cadets come back. Minute 45 left.
Good presence of Mina Feinberg to come out of the zone when he was offside.
Jackson Hamelman, saved by Hayes, and on the rebound he slams the number 2.
Hayes has had a lot of action around that crease in the last minute.
Feinberg now Lou finishing your check. That's exactly what happened. That's John Johansson on that far side. Using his hips, took him out of the play along the far side dasher. Meanwhile, the puck coming all the way in from the sideboards, and Hayes throws it right back here to the near side. Eden Prairie back. Minute 10 now left to go. Minute 10 here for Eden Prairie. Minute 10 left. So they make their way to the semifinals.
I'd like to see Johansson win. His father Johnny was a terrific player. His uncle Jimmy as well. His uncle Jimmy ran USA Hockey International business for a long time. His grandfather Ken was a teammate of mine in Rochester. Time does go by.
Yes, icing here on the Eagles. Just 44.8 seconds left to go, and we are looking at our player of the game, brought to you by Luther. Driven to serve. Visit LutherAuto.com.
Well, Carter Batchelder was a great night. 2 goals and an assist, 10 shots. He had so many chances before he scored. He just kept putting pressure on, didn't quit, didn't give up. And it sure paid off when he's got 2 goals and an assist tonight and leading his team into the next game on Friday night in the semifinals.
Puck here in the AP zone. Hand pass. They'll whistle it down. Now 37.8 remaining.
Well, the one good thing about not having to play tomorrow is that first line of Eden Prairie played so much tonight. Going to get a rest because they definitely had so much ice time. If you look at the 3 of them, Batchelder, Blake, and Holt, looking up at the clock, how much time left?
Drew Holt, a goal and 2 assists here. Luke Middlestad with 3 assists. Jackson Blake, a goal and 2 assists. Again, Batchelder now over 100 points in his career. And that one off the crossbar from Will Britton. Let's do our save of the game, brought to you by Mining Minnesota, committed to sustainable and environmentally responsible mining in Minnesota.
Which one that was going to be that toe save by Lardy. Looked like a sure goal, but Lardy got that toe out and made the big save.
So Luke Middlestad now tallying up his assists. I have 3 for him unofficially. That would put him at 100 points. So they reached those milestones. It didn't look like it was going to be that way because it was so stingy, but then all of a sudden Eden Prairie, with the help of an empty netter, a 6-2 lead in the final 10 seconds here. The season for St. Thomas Academy. Bucket center. And there's the horn. It is an Eden Prairie victory, and the Eagles are headed back to the semifinals.
Well, that was a game like the first game as far as the score goes. The score for 2 periods in the first game and 2 periods in this game, very tight, very close. Didn't look like there'd be any blow away, and sure enough in both games, the ability of Lakeville South in the first game and Eden Prairie in this game came through, where they were able to score a lot of goals, put the game away. As we look at Coach Lee Smith coming across, got to be a very happy guy, led by their captain Batchelder, who had an outstanding night here for Eden Prairie, leading this team to the semifinals on Friday night. As you look at St. Thomas, who had a great effort in the 3rd period, the scoring ability of that Eden Prairie team came through.
Light and Brown, the goal scorers here tonight for St. Thomas Academy and Eden Prairie. Holt for the goal, 2 for Batchelder. Brown, Langfells, and Jackson Blake, each with a goal, leading the way for Eden Prairie, picking up their 19th win of the season, improving to 19-1-2, off day, and they will sit there in the semifinals. They advance in the bracket. They'll await the winner of Maple Grove and Andover. That'll be our final quarterfinal of the day. 2 games in, Class AA quarterfinals. Back to Joe Schmidt and Johnny Pohl after this on 45 TV. Are brought to you by Friends at Bank and Trust. Real people, real results.
Eden Prairie has lived up to its #1 billing with a quarterfinal win 6-2 over St. Thomas Academy. Welcome back to the XL Energy Center. Joe Schmidt with Johnny Pohl. And Johnny, Eden Prairie was tied 1-1 after 2, and they put up 5 goals in that last period. That was an onslaught.
Yeah, well, St. Thomas had them right where they wanted them, 1-1 going into the 3rd, but Eden Prairie scored early and often. And we'll watch the highlights, but once it got to 2-1, St. Thomas had to open up their game to try to tie the game. And when you give Eden Eden Prairie more ice, time and space, their skill takes over.
And obviously, they came in here. They had to win the third game in a row against this team, but they also know they want to get to the finals again, but this time win it.
Yeah, they're very determined. You can tell that it's championship or bust for the Eagles, and if they play the rest of the periods like they played that third period, they're going to be a really tough team to beat.
They did look like a very good team. Let's take a look at the highlights here in the third period. As I said, it was 1-1 heading into the third period, but then Eden Prairie erupted.
So this is that one from the first where they just threw it on net and Drew Holt put in the rebound. And you'll see the second goal, which is going to come in the third period, is very similar. It's something that's just thrown at the front of the net. Eden Prairie is very skilled, but they do go to the tough areas. This was interesting because the puck went way high in the air, and no one from St. Thomas took a hand at it. They all tried to kind of whack it with their stick, and you leave Eden Prairie some time, they're going to get it.
Yeah, Batchelder gets that goal. There you see Batchelder in paradise.
Very good.
Yeah, there we go.
This is the one that really kind of separated. Luloff had a great third period. He had a nice rush early, and this is just a beautiful pass to Riku Brown. And now, as we said, the skill started to take over. St. Thomas had to press, and they gave EFP more ice.
Downtown, Rico Brown makes it 3-1. Then, of course, a couple more goals. Here's the 4-1 goal.
Yeah, this is Jackson Blake, and he is a very, very fun player to watch. Honestly, it looks like he's just playing pond hockey out there. He doesn't break the sweat. He doesn't overstick handle. He doesn't rush things. He just takes his time, and he's playing a different game.
You like those guys that can be creative. Then Langenfels gets one here.
Absolutely, it's just a rip from the point. At this time, the game, Eden Prairie had firm control of the game at this point, and this was just a nice shot. And again, they're showing their skill. That's that top line, moving the puck around and then ripping it from the point.
At Jackson Hallam and Gang, they tried what they could do to put the puck in the net, but pretty good goaltending on the other side. And once Eden Prairie got the roll, they were tough.
They did, and we talk about the skill that took over, but the back end of Eden Prairie, their defense, which we talk about having 5 seniors, they gave St. Thomas nothing. The only goal St. Thomas scored in the third, was at the end of a power play.
Your stats today are brought to you by McDonald's, owners and operators from Minnesota and Western Wisconsin.
Yep, and the stats show the tale. This was pretty even through 2. I don't know how well Eden Prairie played those first 2 periods, but once Eden Prairie played a good period, you could see they were clearly the better team. And
you win with seniors, and Eden Prairie has a batch of them. We'll see once what happens. 6-2 final. We've got one more seat left at the Friday night feast, which we call semifinal Friday night in Double-A. Coming up next, it'll be Andover and Maple Grove, which should be a highly offensive game. But Eden Prairie celebrates right here, and they look like they're destined.
Again, if they play like they did in the third there, any team that's going to see EP the rest of the way is going to have to get in their face and take away time and space. You look at those smiles. It's a fun game for them when they have that much time and space.
All right, the mission continues, trying to get to the semifinals. Stay with us here on 45 TV.